Hey y'all, it's Amber.
And Clara.
Welcome to Need for Reality, where the mixers are loud, the takes are hotter than the oven, and the drama never disappoints.
Grab a glass of wine, coffee, or whatever is around you, preheat to 350, and let's get into it.
Hello, Clara.
Hey, Amber!
Why don't you tell the people where you're at today?
I am in the great state of California. I'm currently in Claremont. If anyone knows where Claremont is, it's outside of Los Angeles. So some would say it's in like the Inland Empire, but I just call it Claremont.
Beautiful. Will you be seeing the Pacific Ocean while you're over there today? Or this
Uh,
week, I guess?
this week, for anyone who knows geography, so Claremont is at the base of Mount Baldy, which is like one of the most like beautiful mountains in the area. It's in the San Gabriel Mountains, which I went to go explore today. So I am nowhere near the Pacific Ocean, but do you know what I am near, Amber?
What are you near?
A Dutch Bros.
Oh, dude, why you gotta do that to me?
I'm really,
Literally,
really sorry.
the closest thing I was gonna get to Dutch Bros today is Seven Brew, and they just opened one up in Pittsburgh, and I was like, "Oh my god, Ben, we gotta stop because I need to know what you think about between that and Dutch Bros." The line was out on the street, so we did not get my Dutch Bros dupe today.
That's no bueno. Also, I guess for those who celebrate, Happy Easter.
Happy Easter!
Well, I hope the Easter Bunny came to visit you. The Easter Bunny did not find me in Claremont, California, but that's okay.
Sad. I got the Easter Bunny. He got me a deluxe assortment of chocolates. And what I learned is I do not like the cherry filling, like a cherry filling chocolate. It was gross. It kind of
No,
reminded me of
absolutely
medicine.
not. Yeah.
Mm, it was
Ugh.
gross.
If you had to do a ranking of your favorite like fillings of chocolates, like give me your top three.
I guess I have two. I don't have three. I don't even eat that much chocolate to begin with, but I prefer peanut butter filled chocolates, like a Reese's or like a Ceres peanut butter egg, or something with like a cream filling, something soft. I don't like other things in my chocolate.
It's interesting. If I had to pick my chocolate filling, it's like, you know, those Russell Stover, like the heart, like Valentine's Day things you get, the ones with
Yeah.
the chocolate filled in it. So, like the chocolate ganache, not ganache, but like
Oh.
the fudge stuff. And
Yeah.
then I would do caramel. And then my third one would probably be like, maybe like a nut of some sort or something like that. Like, I don't like the strawberry creams. Like, I don't like those. Those are gross. So, those are my top three. But yeah, how was your week, Amber? Enough about me.
I would say this week was a pretty slow week for me in pageant prep mode. So that takes up a lot of my mornings. Oh, I was at the gym and I heard this wonderful song called Click Clack Symphony, I believe that's what it's called. And it was kind of like a modern version of an orchestra. And so I was like, I got to listen to it. I married into an orchestra family. And I highly recommend the album. I listened to, and I don't listen to a lot of whole albums, but it was giving me orchestra. It was giving me musical, and I was just here for it. Ray, this music may contain hope. Highly recommend. And I would recommend Click Clack Symphony. God, it was so good. And at the end, it was like boom, boom, boom. And I was like, yes, it's me. I'm getting through my workout.
I really love that. Listen, there's something to be said about when you're listening to like a symphony music while working out. So like for me, my top like songs in my running playlist. So for those who don't know, which everyone knows at this point because it's my only personality trait, I'm training for a half marathon. And on my half marathon playlist, it's called I'm running a motherfucking half marathon. It is the Avengers theme music. And then at one point it is Bucky, because I love Bucky Barnes for those who are Marvel fans. His theme song that comes into and Thunderbolts. And then also for those who have seen Avengers Endgame, it's the Portals song when like, you know, Captain America is getting like all his people and then like it's really actually emotional. I might actually like cry thinking about it. But like he hears in his little earpiece, he hears the Sam and he goes, "Cap, I'm on your left." And then it goes da 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 da. And it's like all the characters. So I get it. I feel that. So if you do not have symphony music in your workout playlist, what are you doing?
I guess my only other exciting thing, I take that back, is I was able to go to, I went to Pittsburgh. I did some traveling. I went to Pittsburgh, saw the
Ginsburg.
fam. Yinsburg, baby. Pittsburgh, as Isabel likes to say. And so it was nice to just see my siblings, see some extended family, but obviously a quick trip because we split Easter between then my family and Ben's family.
Oh, to be married.
Oh, I know.
I hope my
How
parents
fun.
like don't expect me to go anywhere like else but like be with them. Actually, no, that's a lie because I'm here in California. So never mind. But no, I love that. I love your family as well. They're so great. And I actually think about them pretty frequently. Do you guys want to hear something that actually not that has to deal with your family, but is kind of funny because you will think that this is funny?
Yes,
I
I want to
actually
know.
already called Amber and told this. So Corbin, this is news for you. I've had a crush on this gorgeous man at my gym. He's a little bit older than me. I thought he was 38, 10 years. I love that. No, he's 20 years older than me, but that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. So, like, I was just being ballsy and I like shot him a text. This is so embarrassing. I can't believe I'm telling this on the podcast. That's funny. I sent him a text and I was like, when are you going to get the hint? Ask me at dinner. I freak out. I send it. I'm sweaty telling the story. I already know. And so I get a text back 10 minutes later that says, would love to take you for dinner. Unfortunately, I don't root for your team. He's gay. And let me tell you, this is the third time that this has happened to me.
Just from the producer point of view, in no way is this getting edited out.
Period.
So, my gaydar is obviously off, and I think I need to get some help. So, if you know how to recalibrate my gaydar, please contact me because I can't do this again. I can't. And if you go to my gym and you're listening to this, specifically if you're that man, I am so sorry, but I just didn't know. So yeah, that was my week. But I do think that we do not have to get into the nitty gritty. Summer house drama happened this week where we were sending each other memes back and forth. We were doing some investigating ourselves. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, in the split like 10 seconds that I have, Summer House, Bravo TV show. There are 4 key players in this: Sierra, West, Amanda, and Kyle. Kyle and Amanda married together, recently separated in January. And then you have Sierra and West who were seeing each other 2 summers ago. Last summer we saw like the really riff in their things, and this summer this episode we're now seeing that like she's trying to give him another chance. Our producer, mind fucking blown, because she is just on episode or season 2 of season 1 of Summer House. She has no idea what's about to come for her. It's about her like a ton of bricks. Anyway, so the drama that's happening right now is that West and Amanda allegedly were hooking up. And then a statement came out and they confirmed that they are indeed exploring a relationship. This insane. And also apparently Sierra and West recently hooked up. What? Like maybe back in February or something was the last time that they hooked up. Did you not know this, Amber?
No.
Oh my god, I've been in the
Oh,
trenches about this.
you
So,
have.
if you want a full on recap and timeline, screenshots of all this drama, I would head to Comments by Celebs, their emergency summer house episode. They break down everything. Chicks in the Office also did a similar episode on their Friday episode, I want to say. Also, maybe it was like, yeah, the Wednesday, Friday episode, very much worth a listen, but we're not going to recap at anything here. I just want to say I was floored. Jaw on the ground. I don't think I worked on that day. What was it, Monday or Tuesday? It was Tuesday when it all dropped. The world stopped. Amber, reactions.
I was gonna say, all I could think about was poor Sierra. Like, she has already gone through so much with West, and even before all this came out, I'm personally watching
Mm-hmm.
Summer House, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad she's trying to rekindle. Maybe see he's grown up a little bit since the last time they dated. No, but and what even is even more gross and sad is Amanda's her friend, and she helped
Mm-hmm.
her through all that, and Sierra reciprocated through the whole Kyle shebang. So the fact that it's kind of like it feels very backstabby. It's just sad.
Well, you know that Kesha song. It's like, girl, you're such a backstabber. Didn't
I
it?
actually don't know
Okay, well,
that
listen
song.
to it because it
I
is
will.
exactly what this situation is. Because it is so insane that we, like, one, we're watching this live right now about like how Kyle and Amanda's relationship was falling apart last summer, and on this season of Summer House, how Sierra and West, we see them like kind of start
Rekindling.
rekindling a little bit.
Yeah.
That preview that we get where
Well,
her head is
especially,
on his shoulder, oh, it breaks my heart.
well, and that too. And in the beginning of this season, Jesse is trying to go after Sierra, and even West is like, yo, like, that was my girl. Bro, you already moved on to Amanda.
Well, I want to know if
I
they were
think
hooking up
Sierra
last
should
summer.
have, I feel like Sierra should have gone after Jesse at this point. Hot take.
I mean,
See how it feels,
yes,
West?
but also, like, no offense to Jesse Solomon, but who would want to touch that? He hooked up with Erica Jane.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my gosh, she's a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills person, and
Oh, I don't really watch the Housewives of
oh
Beverly
my
Hills. That's why.
gosh. Okay, well, I mean, I listen, I have no room to talk. I nearly tried to go after a man who was 20 years my age and also gay, but like Erica Jane is at least like 30 years older than Jesse Sullivan. So
Hey, but I guess you just gotta shoot.
I guess so. Well, yeah, that was our week in Bravo drama. And that just kind of swiped all the secret lives of Mormon wives. I don't think I talked about a Mormon wife for at least 2 days after that whole entire drama went down. So
Well, it seemed to be quiet on that front, so it gave
it was.
the stage to a different show.
It did. So, it's so funny because I am very close to where we are going. Now, let's take a quick trip in the car and head up
Beep
the
beep.
101 freeway and go to the Valley.
The Valley. What a fun place.
I know. It feels good to be home. I'll tell you that, to be home in the Valley.
Well, so when you lived in LA, did we go to the Valley when I came to visit?
The first
Second time?
house, no, the first house that I lived in was in North Hollywood. That was in the
Right.
Valley. And
Mm,
that was very close to where all of this is happening. I was actually not that far from Jax's. May it rest in peace, but thank God it's gone. And then the second time you visited, I was in Marina Del Rey, which I know our producer Corbin will remember, but Sheena Shea moves to Marina Del Rey in one of the seasons, and everyone makes a huge deal because they're like, this is so far from everything. Like Marina Del Rey is like next to Venice. It's next like near Santa Monica. They call it the West Side, but the Valley and WeHo is a little bit closer. What's separating them is the Little Canyon.
got it. Okay. So
Yeah,
we have been to the Valley. I've been to the Valley.
you
Hey.
have. I think we've even like driven past like a lot of the things that they've been to.
Mm.
So we never made it to Schwartz and Sandy's, and that's okay with me.
Well, does that mean Tom Tom and Vander? Oh my gosh, Vanderpump Rules.
Sir?
Yeah, are they in the Valley?
No, that's all in WeHo. So where Zach, which we'll
Oh,
get into, where
that's where
Zach
he
is,
lives.
that's where he lives because he refuses to move to the valley, which I don't really blame him.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
So
Got it.
anyway, we're in the valley.
We're in the
Um,
Valley.
we have our opening scene where we get flashbacks from last season of the Jackson Brittany drama, the friend group fractures, and we have a kind of quick montage of where are they now. And it's kind of just giving like we are not fully healed from everything, but we are just pretending to be. So we see Kristen with her baby, which is kind of insane that like Kristen has a baby. This is the girl who got like bitch slapped by Stassi in Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, how time has changed. Grown.
How exactly. And then we also see Danny and Nia. I also like quickly want to touch on this. I didn't know that they were doing another season of The Valley. I thought they stopped.
I see. I thought I saw that too, that they weren't coming back for this season, but I guess something happened and they said, never mind, we'll stay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I was kind of,
anyway.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love seeing Danny and Nia on my screen, but I was shocked that they were on my screen.
Yeah. I mean, we'll go a little bit scene by scene here. We do see where the Jax era ends
Oh my
and
God.
his bar sign is being removed.
I loved that. I was like, wow, what an
Well, no, I
ending.
mean, yeah, no, thank God he's out. I think last season was really toxic. Season was really sad. We saw the emotional abuse from Jax and Brittany that just like it like I think this is the last time that we really have to talk about him unless we see him more on this season.
Hmm. I agree.
Um
But I feel like he would have been in the intro, like that opening montage too. So I don't think we'll see him this season.
See you later, alligator.
And a wild crocodile.
We have Britney's rebrand, and we kind of see how Britney is like rediscovering herself post separation. She did take her boob implants out, breast implants, not boob implants, breast implants out, and that was like actually like shout out to her. Britney looks great. She's reconnecting with someone that she knew from her past, and my girl, I think like she's like a little in love maybe. And I love seeing her and Cruz thrive.
I agree. I think this was the reset she needed. But I also worry about jumping in too fast after being in such a toxic relationship with Jax. I'm like, I hope you're not just trying to cover up with band aids with this guy from home,
I
Kentucky.
would agree. And I would also say if you are getting married at the Kentucky Castle, please do a nice saging of that because we saw how that relationship ended.
But if you also go, it's a really pretty place. Clara and I did go on our road trip back from LA to DC. It was a highlight, to say
It
the
was a
least.
highlight. um so yeah, and then we move to Kristen and Luke at home and we see like I think everyone talks about having a new baby at home. Definitely you lose the lack of sleep. And I feel like I could see it in their voices of like we don't want to put down our baby. We don't want to like let her like talk or like we don't want to talk while she's sleeping. Like you do not want to disturb that peace when that child is sleeping. And they kind of discuss the relationship strain that they've had since the baby. And like honestly, I think that's kind of expected, but it was kind of sad. Like I feel like they really like he's so good for Kristen. Luke is so good for Kristen. And it just made me kind of sad to see like that strain.
But I feel like that's a strain that every like new parent relationship will go through because it's
Mhm.
just so different than what you're used to. Like you're now taking
Yeah.
care of a human being together. So obviously things are changing. But I will say it's very interesting to see this new baby, like new family. And then you hop over to Danny and Nia, who's on child number 4, and she's like, yeah, I got a kid. She's drinking out my boob. Where's Kristen? And she's like, I only went 5 miles or however long she went. And it was like, she went on a road trip with her child. Ugh. It's just
Literally,
funny seeing like the contrast between brand new parents to seasoned.
100%. And I also think that like I mean, we're both not parents, but like I'm sure there's so much anxiety of taking your baby out to a new place and then there's
Yeah.
probably so much anxiety with like having someone watch your baby and everything. So I was interested to see the difference of that too. Also, the fact that Danny and Nia live so far away. They live in freaking Santa Clarita, which like if you don't have an idea of how far that is away, it's a solid it's at least like 30-40 minutes and plus LA traffic. That's so much more of a distance. So they probably feel like they don't have that many friends. I don't know if Danny and Nia's family is around. So I could definitely see them feeling that separation anxiety from that group, but also maybe it's a good buffer.
I think it is, especially because if we had thought that they were leaving like the season or like the series, that them being out in Santa Clarita kind of gives them that, okay, Valley's work, Santa Clarita's home, a little bit easier to separate the two
Mhm.
because that means they have to go to the Valley for all the filming.
Yeah,
I
for
doubt we'll see
sure.
much at. I'd be kind of shocked to see a lot of stuff at their house. So I'm very curious to see how that turns out this season.
No, I would agree. Another couple that we kind of get to see is we kind of talk about the drama from Lala and Janet. And I will say it was so refreshing to see Lala on my TV screen again. I actually really did miss her. I miss her little kind of jabs. I miss her sarcastic like comments. And she was batshit crazy when she was on Vanderpump Rules those first few years, but she has really kind of grown into a woman that I really love. I will say that I've always found her like sobriety story kind of like really amazing, and also how she just kind of quit. She decided like one day like that was enough for me, and I really love that about her and how she stuck it through. So I miss Lella.
I did miss Lala too, and I'm glad she is back as well. And I think she's also someone who's made for reality TV because I feel like with a lot of shows, especially on Brava, it's very drink heavy. Like they're
Hmm.
always going up for drinks, food and drinks, la la la. And she's out here drinking sober water, pops, whatever she does. And I'm like, man, you really know how to stir the pot, Lala. I'm like, you are just made for this. It's just so fun to see her on screen.
Seriously, how did you feel about seeing Schwartzy back on
I
our
loved it.
screen?
Literally, I'm pretty sure I put in all caps in my notes. Love to see Schwartz. Gosh, he's just so entertaining. He's really just a guy's guy, but in such a cute, fun way.
He really is, and also, like, I think the last time we saw him on a reality TV setting was actually last summer to like, last season of Summer House when he was visiting the Summer House, whatchamacallit,
Oh yeah,
people, and
yeah.
he was talking to Sierra and Paige and said, "Do you see this beautiful family you have? Cherish it because it could be all gone. I had a beautiful family and then all this drama blew up and we fucked up." He put a curse on them. He put a curse on them because Summer House will never be the same. Anyway,
Nope.
getting back to the Valley. But I was so happy to see him, and I just like love how he did acknowledge that like he lost a lot of money when Schwartz and Sandy closed, and I really feel like his relationship with Tom Sandoval is probably like cut a little bit, you know?
I mean, for better or for worse, I would say. But I'm glad that Bravo was able to give him another home in the Valley so
Hmm.
that he could still, because he still is entertaining. He's fun to watch. I feel like he's very personable, and even though he's kind of like a wishy-washy, wants everybody to get along, he's made for TV as well.
Yeah, I would agree. What do you think about Jesse and Michelle and their relationship this time around?
It seems a little healthier than it did last season. I'm curious though to see how Lacy is because now there's kind of like a trio, right?
Hmm.
Michelle's on her own since she has been broken up with, and now Lacy has decided that she wants to be on the Valley and is okay with filming. I think it might be starting off okay. I bet there's going to be a rift at some point. She's going to be like, "You're only on here for the money, for the clout, and all this and that. Like you gave me the cease and desist last year, but now you're here. Like what the heck?" And I think that's
Yeah.
going to cause a problem between her and Jesse. Even though at one point they were playing with Isabella and it was really cute. I was like, oh my gosh, at least you're co parenting nicely. But I don't think that's going to last very long.
Would 100% agree. I did like how you could kind of sense like there is like a new normal between them. You know, they are trying their best because she is at that age. Isabella is at that age right now that she will remember how her parents react with each other. I mean, like, I was definitely a lot older than they were when, like, my parents divorced, but I still remember how my parents interacted with each other. And that, like, that was some traumatizing shit sometimes. Sorry, mom and dad, if you're listening to this. Which, like, they were great, great parents. I had a great normal childhood. But I I was fascinated to see how Michelle was like, "Oh, we can say her name this season," because that shit was crazy.
Crazy. And I mean, when we get to the end of the episode, I was like, she's scheming.
One
This girl is
thousand percent.
100% scheming.
Um, so I guess we will talk about how there is a group event. So we have Nia and Kristen, and how they are having a baby, like, what, a baby party? I don't even know. What is it
It's a
called?
sip and see where they come to, well, in this case, a restaurant, and they have drinks and they look at the babies. Sip and see.
The baby. Well, okay,
Babies. It was
babies.
co-hosted Nia's and
Kristen's.
Kristen's.
So that was really great to see that. I feel like, hmm, I don't know how to describe this. I feel like that event was very interesting because you didn't have all the players there. Janet wasn't invited because apparently we saw that Janet and Kristen and Brittany had an issue with each other. Also, I know we don't like judge people and their bodies or anything like that. Janet looks great. I don't know what the hell she did, but she looks really good this season, and I was very impressed.
It's like what Luke said in the beginning of his intro back. I bet you any money it's GLP-1. And he's honest about it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot. Oh my gosh, we forgot about Zach. Zach and his soft boyfriend Benji.
Yeah.
That's cute. I love that. But I guess there's not really much to say about Zach. But anyway, no,
Well, he
I would
wasn't
agree
really
with you.
like he was on the episode, but he wasn't really on the episode. But I was like, you know what? Shout out. Thanks for being
And
honest.
speaking for not being on the episode, do you think we're not going to see Jason this season? Because
Oh
I
my
didn't notice
gosh.
Jason at all. Did you see any Jason anywhere? Jason, are you there? I'm looking.
He said, I have to take care of the kid. You can film.
Well, I also wonder if he hated all the drama.
You know what? And I don't blame him. If it's not fulfilling for you, why be a part of it? I mean, Janet's still on it. If he's not having fun, don't need to be on it.
Yeah, no,
And
I
no
would
offense,
agree.
he wasn't bringing anything.
So, according to the Bravo website and things, Jason is expected to appear in season 3.
So then I wonder why he wasn't on this episode. But I guess Janet wasn't really on this episode either. If you think about it, she was with Lala and then at lunch. And that was it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay.
Um,
I mean, I have mixed feelings about Janet.
I did not like Janet last season. I feel like I don't know if she's gonna pull the I got a really bad edit last season, but she was not I was not a fan of that. And I'm kind of interested to see how she will act this season, if she'll try and get like a little redemption arc.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for too. Or at least attempts one, I guess. But
Yeah.
I kind of like that she wasn't there. But it was still juicy because you want to know my hot take? Or let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you this. Do you think that Tom and Michelle maybe have a little fling? Because they were getting a little cozy at the bar.
I think that they will flirt with each other, but I don't think it'll be anything actual. I think it will be that classic, like, doing it for the plot line type of thing.
Okay. I would not be upset if that was actually a thing. I think they would be really cute together. They seem to have a lot of things in common.
Agreed. So here's my question to you. Do you think that Luke is the sperm donor for Lala's baby?
Yes. I really hope so. I really want Lala to do a paternity test because now I need to know the tea. You can't just throw that into the episode and not leave the people wondering. I need answers. I need
No.
these Questions answered.
Can you
Please.
imagine if like they share a child and like Crazy Kristen is like the stepmom?
But like, what are the odds that Lala picks a sperm that he happened to donate to? You know what I mean? Like, it just seems
1000%.
so crazy that all those things happened for her to have Sosa.
But also, like, how many years ago was that? Sosa's what, like 4? 3 or 4, something around that. And so I think it's just really interesting, like, how long can you keep sperm in a sperm bank?
Well, they're
Like, how
probably
long is that
frozen,
sperm good? Yeah, but still frozen. You know, you gotta throw frozen food out sometime, but then it gets freezer burn.
but maybe
Does sperm get freezer burn?
I don't know. I guess not. But I guess sperm must not have an expiration date because he did it during college for money. So who knows?
Okay, wait. I got the answer. Sperm viability refers to the ability of sperm to live and fertilize an egg. Sperm can survive. Oh, this is gross. Never mind. I was gonna say,
All
fun
right,
fact. Sperm
so
can survive for 3 to 5 days inside the female reproductive tract. So, but that is, um,
but that doesn't answer about the frozen.
okay, frozen sperm can last indefinitely when stored correctly in liquid nitrogen. So while there is no known expiration date, and successes have been reported with samples frozen for over 40 years, typical high quality survival rates are best for samples used within 6 months to 5 years. So it is very possible that Luke is Lala's sperm donor. And also, if you didn't know, we are now a scientific health podcast.
We're just girls getting answers to our questions. Thank you, Google.
Please do not take any of our scientific findings seriously. Just feel like I need to put in that disclaimer.
I think that's a very important disclaimer. It is from the internet. It has not
Yes.
been vetted by a doctor.
No. And I'm not going to ask my doctor, but thank you. Okay, going back to my going back to our baby sip and see. What the fuck is Lacey's outfit?
What is she
She's
wearing?
wearing a two-piece where it's just a bra and just a skirt. Her stomach is showing. I
She's
like
showing for the
also
cameras.
she
It's her
is,
moment
and
to
it
shine.
is her moment, and that's what makes me like bonkers of like, what is she wearing? Why is she wearing it? And like also, wouldn't you choose something like a little bit more appropriate to like see a child in? But of course, as you said, she knows cameras are up.
Yeah, so she was probably like, "I'm gonna look hot." It doesn't have to make sense. Yeah, it was a sundress moment, not a two-piece moment. So I
Yeah.
don't know what she was thinking.
I didn't like the conversation her and Michelle had either. I
It
thought
felt
that was
fake.
very interesting. It did feel fake.
It felt
It
fake.
felt like she was like, "I'm gonna go say hi to Michelle," and it's like, "Why? You don't like her anyway? Like, what are you doing?"
Or it felt forced. Like if the producers were like, "You should go talk to her." Like if it's not gonna happen, you can tell it. That's how it read on TV. I was
Yeah,
like, this wasn't supposed to happen.
no, it wasn't, and I just feel like they have had such strong choice words for each other that like it just wasn't going to add anything. So yes, I would agree. Lacy did that to make herself look better, saying like, "Hey, look, I'm trying to have a relationship with Michelle." Michelle can count that bullshit from like miles away. So I thought that was, and also Lacy says at one point she's like, "I'm not trying to have a fight." Bitch, you're starting a fight.
Yes, you are.
Anyway, so basically, at the end of this sip and see that we see, we kind of get a little bit of backstory from Michelle that Lacy had been kind of trying to like be on camera in that season finale of The Valley last season. So we see all this unseen footage that we have not seen before of Lacy coming, Jesse freaking out, being like, "I thought we were done filming at 10:30," and then the executive producer is
I
like,
was like,
"Girl,
you're a moron.
you are on my time schedule. We are making reality TV here." So, anyway, I thought that was really interesting. I am very curious to see how this whole entire, like, I don't know, season goes. We have Lacy joining, we have Lala, we have Schwartz, and like the tensions are really high.
You know what I just thought of? Why isn't Sheena Shea on? I feel like why invite Lala and Schwartzy but not Sheena. I feel like she was a part of that trio. I know she wanted to stay into the real hot, like reality TV bit.
Allegedly, Sheena Shea got asked or was never asked. I think Sheena Shea's done. I think we're done with Sheena Shea. I personally, oh my God, I was in Azusa today, where Sheena Shea is from, and I
And were
couldn't
you
stop
like,
thinking about her.
Sheena,
Sheena, where's
where are
Sheena?
you?
Someone check in on Sheena. But I'm sure Sheena is being checked in on this week because of all the drama, and also the Valley premiered without her, so she's probably upset. But I'm okay with her not being there.
But I love Good as Gold Girl.
Because we're
I do enjoy
good
seeing a little bit
as
of Sheena on
gold.
my phone, on my like on my screen. I am kind of sad she's not on it.
It's okay. We'll live.
We will.
There
We've
was
got
no
plenty of other drama coming.
well, exactly, and including of that drama. Well, there was no drama here yet, but we're going to see a lot of big fights this season. We're going to see some relationships tested and maybe Jesse fully stepping into his villain era.
It's about time. I feel like this was bound to happen anyways.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Are those all your thoughts on the Valley before we head into a plane or head onto a plane and fly to the East Coast?
I just gotta make a quick. I have a little laughing emoji in my notes to master dating. I
Hmm.
was like, wow, what a very intriguing word. I think Zach came up with that.
No, I think it was Shorts.
Was it? Oh, you know what? It
Because
was
you're
Schwartz.
master dating, you're dating yourself, and
Oh, yes, he did because he was explaining it, and I was like, bro, no, you just gotta let
you
it
know
go.
what? This would be a perfect ad for the Rose vibrator if that's if that wants to be our first sponsor. And Ashley Madison, hit us up. Yelp. Throwback to last week.
Yelp.
Anyway, and on that note, let's take a nice cruise to
Rhode
Rhode
Island.
Island.
Now we're going to the best coast,
I don't know about
the East
that.
Coast.
I would settle down. Does the East Coast have Dutch Bros and In and Out? I don't think so.
Yeah, well, you know what? We got Rhode Island, the Ocean State, where everybody apparently
The
knows everybody in that state. How big
and
is Rhode
it's
Island?
Rhode Island is like, I think if you were to put Rhode Island in the size of like Texas, it would be at least like over 100 times. Like it takes probably 45 minutes from when you enter Rhode Island to when you exit Rhode Island. Have you
Wow.
not been to you haven't been to Rhode Island? I forgot.
Mm-mm. I have not had the pleasure of visiting the Ocean State, but maybe this year. We'll
Yeah.
see.
I am running my half marathon in Rhode Island. But Corbin is going to quickly tell us how big the size of Rhode Island is.
Okay, so Rhode Island is approximately 1,214 square miles. For comparison, Virginia is 42,775 square miles. So it's almost 1/42nd the size of Virginia.
No wonder everybody knows everybody.
Everyone knows everybody. For those who don't know, my family is from Rhode Island. My mom grew up in Cranston, Rhode Island. My aunt is in Warwick, Rhode Island, and then my cousin is in Coventry, Rhode Island. I think my other cousin is in Warwick or Cranston now too. But I have visited the great state of Rhode Island several times growing up. I will be there next month, but I am so excited about this series. So we have our opening scene. We see what is to come with this season, with all the drama, the tears, everyone crying, and probably a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. So I am pumped.
But I'm confused. I thought Dunkin' Donuts was a Massachusetts thing.
No, I mean, I think it's a New England thing. Like once you step into New Jersey, it's all Dunkin' from there. Like you
Wait,
very rarely see what?
but New Jersey, if I had to associate it with the state, it's New York. I don't put New York in the New England. Right above New York. What's that state? That's right above New York.
Vermont?
I didn't think Vermont was right above New York.
It's well, above New York, babe. It's Canada.
No, that's not what I meant. Duh. Oh,
Okay.
wait, you're right.
Okay,
T-
so maybe I'm
to
lying
the
because
right of New York. I guess, yeah, it borders Vermont,
Connecticut.
Massachusetts, yeah, Connecticut. But that's those states I would consider New England. I
Okay,
feel like
well,
New
you
York is
are
kind of
right.
like its own thing, where like New Jersey, it's kind of its own thing.
So New England is a region in the northeastern United States, composed of 6 states, and you were right. It's Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. So New Jersey is not part of the New England states, but I will say when you get into New Jersey, it is Dunkin' land, and then going up, it's all Dunkin'.
Got it. There's no Starbucks?
There are, but like they're less common than Dunkin'.
Interesting. Interesting.
Very. So let's kick it off with our girl Alicia. Now if you are curious about all these women, Alicia, she is her fiance Billy apparently has some popular restaurants. She's known as the Pizza Mama, and she's a proud self-described flip-flopper. And she just like I love her. I think she's kind of funny. And I really enjoyed seeing her family kind of pop into that car. They brought snacks into the car, waters. We saw one of the aunts drinking out of a flask. Iconic.
That was an iconic moment. And what would you describe her accent? Because all I could think about was like it sounds Italian, but it's giving New York, but they're not next to New York.
That's a Rhode Island
Are
accent.
you
Like they all
serious?
have Rhode Island. Yeah. I was that's so funny you say
I
that
was
because in
like,
my
you could.
notes I say the accents crack me up and remind me of my aunts and cousins.
Well, it's just funny because I was like, it's giving New York. Like it's just giving New York energy, but I'm like, you're not next to New York, but you're. I'm pretty sure she's also Italian. I
I
guess if
think
she's
they're all
pizza mama, she
Italian.
would be right.
Yeah. I would
It was just a
agree.
very interesting accent. I guess I had never really met anybody who had a Rhode Island accent before. I was like, whoa.
Well, because my mom doesn't have a Rhode Island accent. She
She's
tried
too
so hard her whole
Pennsylvania
entire
now.
she really did. She was like, "I do not subscribe to this." But I will say, it was so funny seeing places that I've been driving around my whole entire life. So in like that first scene, we drive past a Cumberland Farms and a Burger King. That was 5 minutes from my grandparents' house. And I was like, "Wait, I know where I am." So my mom grew up around there, but I just think one, the house is gorgeous, everything's gorgeous, and her daughter, hilarious, love
So
that.
cute. She was so cute. I was like, period, girl.
And then we go a little bit down the road and we meet Liz. And I am obsessed with Liz's house. I am obsessed with her
God.
cat. Tell me what you think about Liz.
I literally was like, can I have her house? It was beautiful. I mean, it was its own grand thing. Even next to the two on the each side of her house, I was like, it's not as good as Liz's. I was like, own it,
Agreed.
queen. Oh my God, it was so
She
beautiful.
is the Rhode Island cannabis queen, and I just think that's so funny. Her and Jerry both like have that business going, and she is fabulous. Like, I mean, like I want her closet too. And she is a woman of the arts, I would say. And I want to be Liz when I grow up. I think when she was riding in on that little dinghy in her Prada boots, I was
Lost her hat.
screaming, "Oh my gosh." Yeah, that was hilarious.
I hope a producer
Um
grabbed it for her.
I think she turned around and she did it herself.
No
And I know
way.
Corbin would grab our hats if like we were on a dinghy.
We love you, girl.
Any thoughts on Liz and her husband,
Oh,
Jerry?
I just
Gary?
loved
Jerry or Gary?
Gary. Gary? Jerry? We think it's
We're going to say
Jerry.
Jerry. I think it is Jerry. Jerry.
Jerry. My comment, I just love that she was the queen of weed. I said own it, girl. I just was like, it rhymed. It made sense.
It did.
I'm so excited to see her more on my screen.
Me too. So then we move to Kelsey. I'm so curious about what you think about Kelsey because she was Miss Rhode Island, USA.
That was my before. I really got into the pageantry like during COVID, and I kind of watched Miss USA's. I didn't really watch more of the states aside from Virginia, obviously, because that's where I compete. But I was like, girl, get your bag. Her house is stunning, large. Her whole relationship thing. Wild, wild. And I personally, everybody's different, no judge on here, but I don't think I could share a partner with someone else. I feel like
I
that's going
was
to be that's going to be her huge storyline. I can already see it.
Do
Her
you think that's
unorthodox relationship.
my question to you is, do you think that's how Ben feels about you and me? Like I'm like he has to share you with me. Like I'm there constantly. He's like, get out of my house.
Probably on days that you're here, he's like, like right now. Actually, I think he went upstairs. He's chilling.
Good. Okay, great. No, I thought she was really cute. I have a lot of thoughts because I do think that she is used to being taken care of. And I mean that in no harsh way. And as we kind of get into the episode, we do see her getting a lot like emotional about her relationship. She's been with
Yeah,
this guy for 10 years. There were a lot of rules. We're never going to see his face. He has a girlfriend in freaking Florida.
yeah.
That's insane. And I get why she's defensive about it because she probably knows like the world is going to see my relationship. They're going to have their opinions. They're going to tweet about it that like the ladies who are much older, no offense to the ladies, they probably all have their thoughts on it. But it's
100%.
like live your life, get your coin, and like if you do want to leave, that's probably why she's doing this show. She wants to be
Her
financially
way out.
dependent. 100% because like she said like he took care of me and let me do that whole entire Miss Rhode Island. Like
Yeah,
she didn't have to worry about anything else. Like I'm sure if Ben was like, "Babe, quit your job, focus on your pageantry." Like,
that wouldn't happen.
no,
Nah.
but like, what a dream! Like, I would love if someone told me to quit my job and just focus on being a like half marathoner. Like, I would love that. I have no takers because I'm apparently not hitting up the right men.
It's okay.
So I thought she was adorable. Joellen, who seems very nice, very eager beaver.
I
I think she's gonna be a pot stirrer.
100%. I mean, if you even just in her storyline, her sister wanted her husband or dated her husband,
Mm-hmm.
and she married him. That's already messy. And I mean, even the flashbacks you get back through the episode and how, I forget who said it, how Joe Ellen was messing around with the tanning salon owner and his
Mm-hmm.
wife. She messy. She messy.
She real messy. I thought that I love her comebacks. I love the way that she argues, but I think that she is gonna call out a lot of bullshit, especially when it comes to our girl Rosie. And I'm not sure how I felt about that. I don't know if it's gonna come off as like kind of like a bullying type of vibe, or if it's just gonna be
It's going to be
I don't know.
bullying. I think it's,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so jumping ahead to the picnic scene
Yes,
when
we can
it's
jump as much as you want.
Rosie, and it was also Alicia and that wasn't Joe Ellen. Joe Ellen, Ashley, Rosie, Alicia. Yeah, those
Mm-hmm.
four. I didn't think Joe Ellen was being. I could see where she was maybe coming off as a bully, but maybe not Ashley. Rosie is just maybe a little more sensitive. Maybe that's just like the difference in generation, too. Maybe her being bullying or being a bully is just her giving tough love or saying the hard things that people
Yeah.
don't want to hear.
That's like when
Hmm.
Lindsay tells me something I don't want to hear and I completely ignore it. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Lindsay. I just name
Sorry,
dropped you. But
Lindsay.
she's my best friend who is like happens to be 16 years older than me and just likes to kind of whip me into shape sometimes and I
But
don't
that's
listen.
but I feel like is that the age gap between like Ashley and Rosie and Alicia and Joe Ellen?
Maybe.
Because then yeah, then they've had two different life experiences. You never know.
No, I would
But it
agree.
is curious to also jump to Ashley now, seeing a former bachelorette. Well, I guess she wasn't on a bachelorette, but was on the Bachelorette Bachelor
Bachelor in
series.
Paradise.
Yeah, but that wouldn't that mean she had to have been on a Bachelor series?
She was on The Bachelor, so she was one of the contestants, and then I think she went to The Bachelorette. Or not The Bachelorette. She went to Bachelor in Paradise, and that is where she met Jared.
Right. Whose season was she on? That's way
Um
before my time.
Way
Of
before mine too, because all I know is that she was called Ashley I, and so many people were like, we can only refer to her as Ashley I, because
that's
like
funny.
that's just like the name you get. Kind of like how people call her Hannah Brown.
Hannah
um
B, baby.
Hannah B, Hannah Brown.
Ashley was on Crystal's season. That would be the 19th season of Bachelor in 2015.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like I
Interesting.
really only heard of her because of Bachelor in Paradise.
I would agree. I love her. I think her and Jared are a super cute couple. I will be visiting their coffee shop when I go up, because I think I didn't even know they had a coffee shop, you know?
Come on.
Um and I mean, her relationship, so she's friends with Rosie, right?
Yeah,
She's
she's friends with
Rosie's friend.
Rosie's.
Okay. I thought Rosie was very interesting. I think it's cute that she's a newscaster. I love her hair, fabulous hair. And
I
it's
loved her
interesting
outfits.
that Rosie and Joe Ellen do not like each other. And Rosie is also a pot stirrer. Like I can feel the pot being boiled, you know? And so she loves to spread the news. So she probably loves to spread rumors at this point.
Yeah, she's telling people about the traffic and the tea.
And she's
And the
causing,
tea.
some may say she's causing traffic jams in communications.
I do have to say, her hair and her outfit in her confessionals, chef's kiss. I was
Chef's
like,
kiss.
oh, can I have your outfit? Mm,
Yeah.
loved her hair.
Um, I did make a note in here that we have the friend clique that we are hearing about. So, for those watching, we have the clique that Rosie wants to join, and that is Liz, Joellen, Alicia, and Kelsey. Those seem to be our four strongest like friend relationships. Rosie is friends with Ashley. Um, and it feels like Rosie is having a really hard time connecting with Joellen, and that just might be because Rosie is spreading rumors. And that's, you're right. The first fight that we see is the picnic, and I actually thought that was pretty tame for a Real Housewives like fight.
Well, remember, this is just episode one. And there was still another. Would you say it was a fight at the 4th of July party or no? Just testing the waters.
It was definitely testing the waters. I mean, like I said, that's where we kind of get to see like some rumors spreading about Kelsey's relationship. And you saw that Kelsey was like, I'm gonna take business of this. Like I might be like a soft bitch on the outside, but like I'm a hard ass bitch on the inside. So I love that. And like let's go to the 4th of July party, because 4th of July in Rhode Island is actually a huge deal. And also, were
I
you
was
laughing about the
so.
girl who doesn't know about why we celebrate 4th of July? Joellen,
Did
right?
you not go to school? Did you graduate? Come on. Everyone knows what 4th of July is. I really hope that was just a fun moment that she was having. And she really does know what the 4th of July is to this country.
Yeah, seriously. Also in Rhode Island, out of all places. But I thought, one, my family has a 4th of July party every single year. I have never once gotten glam for that party, nor have we ever had a raw bar for that party. So I will be contacting my uncle about this, because it's time for some changes, because I want caviar wieners at my 4th of July.
I want a character. Oh my gosh, I was making fun of the thing.
Caricature?
Caricature
Words are really hard.
artist.
Calibrate and caricature.
Yep.
It's the C words. Um, I also thought Joellen's comment about how she doesn't have sex all the time, but she has caviar wieners was very interesting, because,
Yeah.
like, I think then that's when we hear the swinging rumors. So
I'm very curious to see where that goes, because
I
we
am
all know.
too.
And what I loved too about all these women is that they straight up owned that they're super nosy.
So nosy.
I'm so glad that they just like put it out there. They're not like, oh, oh. No, they're like, oh no, I want to know. Give me the tea. I want to know what's going on in your house. But what
1000%. I
also,
mean,
all that I also think is crazy is how connected everybody is. Like the concept still is mind boggling that a whole state knows each other. And the reason why Ashley is kind of ousted from the group is because she didn't grow up in Rhode Island. Your mama didn't know you since kindergarten. I can't fathom that.
I mean, so last 2 weeks ago, I was at an event and there was a woman there who was like a CEO of some company that I was talking to. She grew up in Rhode Island. She's from Rhode Island. And she knew the school that my mom went to. She knew the street that my grandparents lived on. And I think she knew my aunt's brother in law. So, like, that's all in the state of Rhode Island. It is very tiny.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I will say, I'm very excited to see this season. I am super pumped to see how these women's, because we kind of have like a little bit of a generational gap here with like Ashley, Rosie, and Kelsey, and I'm so curious as to how those friendships will form, what the drama will look like. I will say that they did have a cannoli station at their 4th of July party, and that kind of ties in with our dessert.
Yes. So because our our Clara is on the West Coast today, we decided to do a virtual tasting. Because I was in Pittsburgh, I got a regular cannoli from My Sweet Lily. And Clara, where did you get your cannoli from?
I got mine at a Rufo's Italian cuisine here in Claremont, and I actually don't know what it had in it. I know it had the regular cannoli filling, but it had pistachios on one end, and then on the other end, I don't really know what that was, but I ate it and it was delicious.
Yeah, I was gonna say these cannolis were good. I mean, they weren't anything phenomenal, I guess. It probably didn't help that I bought them yesterday instead of today because I kind of prefer a crunchier shell than like a. Not that it's kind of melted, but you can kind of just tell it's been out. So they were still
Mm.
good. I would get again. That's not what I was. So I would get again. Corbin, what would you think? What do you think?
Oh yeah, I think I agree. I very much enjoyed my cannoli because it's a cannoli. What's not to like? But I do think that having it a day later was probably why it was a little softer. Because I agree, I like my cannoli a little crunchier, but flavor 10 out of 10, can't get better.
Shout out our Pittsburgh, My Sweet Lily. So if you're on the strip, please take a visit. They actually had it set outside. I told Ben and Jim that I needed to pick up cannolis for the podcast, and so I was like, I found my place. We just need to walk there. And it's like they knew I was coming. They had the table outside already. They had the tappy card thing ready to go. Quite an easy process. Highly recommend.
I love that. My niece and I went out to dinner last night, and that's where we picked up our cannolis. And the guy was carrying around a tray, and I was like, you know what? I might as well get 3 cannolis. I don't know why I needed 3 cannolis, but let me tell you this: the pricing in LA, 3 cannolis, $55. You guys, I spent $55 on
And
cannolis.
I got 4 cannolis and spent $24. We are not the same. Pittsburgh and LA are not the same.
No,
East
we are
Coast,
not.
Best Coast.
I think you're onto something, Corbin.
So I'm gonna sign off here, but anyway, no, I think that we have some programming notes. So it is currently 10 p.m. on the East Coast right now, and it's 7 p.m. here. We are going to recap episode 2 of Real Housewives of Rhode Island next week because starting on Monday, I actually believe they're going to be dropping episodes on Monday, right?
No, episodes are Sunday nights
Are they
from 9
all
to
Sunday
10.
nights?
Yeah, they are all on Sunday nights.
Corbin's researching.
Yay.
Aren't they? Please hold.
Yeah, so it says Real Housewives of Rhode Island is regular time slot of Sundays at 9 p.m. on Bravo.
Hmm.
So instead of Bachelorette on Sunday nights, we've got Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
We do. So catch episode 2, which aired technically tonight on the 5th. We will be recapping that one for next week, along with episode 3, because I will figure out how to get a VPN and so that I can watch it with you guys and then we can recap. No worries. We will also be doing the Valley next week as well. So these will be our regular programmed shows. Catch up if you will. And also, like I said, catch up on all the summer house drama. We will not be recapping it here, but it is so funny. And pray for Corbin because she's about to have to watch so much TV. And
On top
she's
of our
gonna,
book club movies.
honestly, y'all are
We're
exhausting me over
crazy.
here. Anyway, so any final thoughts on Real Housewives of Rhode Island?
I think this season is going to be messy. I think it's going to be great. Um, so I'm just curious to see how some of these storylines pan out, and I can't wait to learn a little bit more about the beautiful state of Rhode Island. Clara?
I can't wait for you to discover the beautiful state of Rhode Island. It's all my favorite places. I can't wait to go up to Rhode Island and maybe I'll visit some of the places that they go.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a
Also,
great idea.
like, should we like take a I was gonna say a cast trip. Like we're on a cast, like we're on a TV show.
But we are.
Should we
We're
take
Need for Reality.
a pod trip to Rhode Island?
What if we do season finale of Rhode Island? Boom. Or how my Uncle Steve did.
For those who
Season finale.
can't see, because this is an audio only podcast, Amber just made fireworks with her hands. All right. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Sorry this was a little chaotic. We are still getting used to it.
All right. So follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube whenever we put our audio on there. Need for Reality, KNEAD, in case you don't know. And follow for recipes and chaos. Subscribe, please. Leave us a 5-star review and share us with your fellow drama lovers and your baker friends. All right,
I
Clara.
think that's all we got.
Yes. And I would say I would see you next week, but I'll be seeing you virtually next week.
I know. I miss you already so much.
I miss you already. All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.